Oh, whoops. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Lessons, Learning, and Readings with Larkin. Hours behind when I normally do it. Thank you all for tuning in. You guys know, if you're used to listening to me, I've had a crazy schedule lately, and I was set to get on at 5 p.m. and then had to run to the barn to medicate my horse. You can see I've got hay. I'm at the barn right now. I'll be here all night. So I decided to get on anyway at this hour since I have been missing some of my lives and see who was on. I know that people from all over the world listen to this. And so usually if I get on real early, I get a lot of people from the UK and Australia and Western Europe. And then if I get on a lot later, I get a lot of the Americans and the Canadians. So it's so much fun to see all of you. So please, if you are on here, drop a comment, say hello, let me know where you're from. Maybe we'll get some people who aren't normally on here this evening. So it is like 10:30 my time right now. Hi, Tracy, Amy Jones, welcome. Priscilla, welcome. Oh, Rome, Italy, how cool. Welcome, welcome, you guys. It's great to see you. So for those of you who don't know, I'm not home, so I'm not as elaborate about it, but I do encourage you for this hour of wisdom and guidance. We do more than just readings. We also answer your questions about whatever, intuition, anything metaphysical, anything about before and after, life and death. It's all one big picture about making powerful choices, because I'm also a mindset mentor and a transformational specialist. So I help people learn to manifest. But guess what? This is all connected to your spirit teams. It's connected to your purpose. It's connected to your intuition. So it's more connected than you may think. So this is all exciting. Keep in mind that when you come on to these lives, you are bringing your spirit team with you, your loved ones with you. And what is your spirit team? Your spirit team are your loved ones that have crossed over, maybe even those that you have not seen before. Maybe they weren't alive when you were born. They're still a part of your spirit team. Your angels, your spirit guides, your spiritual teachers, your animal messengers, and your higher self, your intuitive self, right? The part of you that is still on the other side. That's your soul that speaks through your intuition. So all of this is a part of your spirit team, here to support you in your purpose, mission, and journey here in this lifetime. Okay. Brolick, welcome. We see some familiar faces. Seven Jane, hello. Katie Conway, Christina Marias, welcome. Great to see you all. Thank you guys for tuning in. Pennsylvania, awesome. Yeah, I love seeing where you guys are all from. I should get a lot of Americans on here tonight. And Rome, Italy, that's so exciting. I love that. I'm doing great. Kawezi, oh my God, what are you doing on here? You're always on here. Do you ever sleep? My goodness. I see you, Maria. Great to see you guys. Great to see you all. So let's see, Canada. Katie Conway, you're from Canada. Great. I love it. Yeah, I love that we have a Canadian astronaut going up with us this time. There's Tempe. That's the one who was just hollering. I have one of my horses outside. So I'm on this late, guys, because one of my horses scratched her cornea, and now she has a port up in her eye and a catheter, and I have to medicate her every many hours. So I have a crazy schedule. Thank you guys for the hearts. And I've gotten almost no sleep. So that's why you haven't been seeing me a lot. My horses are almost an hour away. So it's been exhausting, but it's okay. Yeah, if you guys like this, before we get started, during the whole process, please make sure you like it or you heart it so that more people can find Veronica's page. She has put so much time and effort into inviting just the right readers on here, and she has the very best readers I have ever seen. And I'm very skeptical of readings and readers, believe it or not. And it's amazing. So when you like one of our broadcasts and you comment, it does help other people to have access and to find this page. Okay. All right. Let's see here. All right, let me scroll up here. Let me scroll up. So guys, for those of you who don't know, at least when I do readings, I go where spirit guides me. So I'm doing great, Brolic. Thank you. I'm glad you caught it too, Seven Jane. Good to have you here. I just go where spirit tells me to, and so as I see you guys, I'll go ahead and star some of these questions and comments for readings. Yeah, this is Jasper back here, my gray horse. He's usually behind me because I usually sit at this table when I'm at the barn. Not always. Okay, here. So, let's see here. Let me star these guys. So, and Kweezy, we'll get to you and your grandma. So here's the thing. So Maria, I'm glad you're on here and you're asking these questions because guys, do not, if you get on Messenger and you start chatting with me on Messenger, I'm not going to answer you. Okay. It's too overwhelming. People do that to readers all the time. So if you're communicating about like an event or something, about live, something like that, that's one thing. But if you get on and you try to personal chat or ask for readings over Messenger, that is just not going to happen. I don't have time to do that. And years back, I got roped into that because I was trying to help people, and I just lost hours and hours and hours a day. And this is my business, so I wasn't getting paid for it. I was having people message me constantly, and it was never ending. People will just keep asking you questions like they live with you. So no offense, Maria, but that, I can't do that. I just can't do it. There's only one of me. So getting on here and getting readings from people, or getting on scheduling a reading with someone, is really the best way. And Maria, due to your type of question, I'm also going to sort of preface my answer and the reading for you with this, with a couple of things. That one is a general thing that I see with people, especially with women who are going through breakups or looking for relationships and that sort of thing. And it's also coming from your spirit guides, and they're trying to guide you to focus on other things. Okay. Number one, and I will answer your question, but I'm going to say this. You say, I'm wondering if I will meet someone this year. I'm going through a breakup from my ex, and we've been together 9 years. And I know we've talked about this some already. Okay. And I know what my answer from the spirit guides has been for you already, and it hasn't changed. And I want to just remind you that what we focus on is where we go. So, for example, if the relationships seem to be the biggest pull in your life, if you're going through a breakup and that's really traumatic, and so you're trying to look ahead, because it makes it easier to let go in the breakups, or it makes it easier to handle, you try to look ahead. And so you're wanting to know who and what's going to happen. And so my answer for you, Maria, may not be something that you like. And the reason is because I get very tired seeing people get on these lives. Not you I get tired of. It's the pattern. People will go from reader to reader to reader to reader all day long. And they will ask about the thing that they're panicked about, or the thing they really want, because the egoic mind, now listen to me very closely, Maria, because I'm giving you a real solution from your spirit team, and it may not be what you want to hear, but it's the actual real solution to get off the hamster wheel. Okay. People go from reader to reader looking for the thing that's going to say, hey, don't worry, you're going to meet this person, you're going to have this many kids, it's going to be fine. And that gives people the relief that they want and need. The problem with that is that it's the ego that's wanting that. And so if the reader comes in with something from your spirit team and gives you something different, usually people will blow us off. Oh, that reader didn't know what she was talking about. Well, I don't know. I'm going to go to this other reader just in case. Keep in mind, that's ego at play, because while you are struggling with a breakup and looking for a new relationship to comfort yourself, knowing there's going to be a future that you want, what's actually happening is your ego is hijacking your life. It's actually keeping you from growing and evolving to become the person that is going to attract the next level relationship. Okay. I hope you're listening and taking notes, because this is something most people don't get when they're going through a traumatic breakup, or they've been with someone. Trust me, I was there. I had dated someone, I'd been in love with someone, and on and off a relationship with someone for like 18 years. And, the truth is I should have walked away right away. When we hit our early 20s and we weren't engaged and it wasn't serious and I wasn't the only person, I should have walked away and never looked back. But I didn't. And it wasted a lot of my life. Now, life is never wasted, so I'm going to contradict myself there. But it shouldn't have taken me that long to make that powerful choice. Okay. And I know you and I, Maria, have already talked about this in another reading where you got on and asked me about this. And the answer is still the same. You had outgrown this relationship, both of you, several years before. And so the 9-year-old relationship would have just continued to deteriorate, because spiritually and as people, you needed and were ready to go your separate ways. Okay. But the longer you're with someone, the harder that is for ego to do. It also means, Maria, that you're going to be more inclined to feel a need to know there's somebody else in the life you want in order to fill that gap of what you're feeling. But what you need to do, if you really want to know, what you actually need to do is the opposite. You need to feel that hole. You need to feel that gap, and you need to dive into yourself. Because the relationship you're asking me, am I going to meet someone? The sooner you allow yourself to focus on you and not, are you going to meet someone, the sooner and the more complete that's going to happen. Okay. Does this make sense? Let me know if this makes sense, because when we're talking about manifesting, like attracts like. You get what you focus on. If you say, am I going to get someone? Am I going to have someone? Am I going to meet someone? Am I going to meet someone? Am I going to meet someone? Guess what the universe hears? The universe doesn't hear someone. The universe hears, am I going to get someone? And the universe can only deliver what you are experiencing in the now. Get Eckhart Tolle's book, read The Power of Now. The most powerful place to manifest is in the now. So when you guys are sitting ever, for any moment, any period of time, if you're sitting in a state recognizing that you're lacking something, you are going to get more of the lacking. You're going to get more of that wanting. You're not going to get the thing you want. You don't manifest what you want. You manifest who and what you are. So if the vibration you're sending out is, I want a relationship, is it coming this year? You're going to stay in a constant place of chasing that. Is it coming this year? When is it coming? Right? So my answer from your spirit team is, and you shouldn't really be measuring the time, first of all, because the time will come according to when you are ready. And when you are going to be ready is when you become the person that right relationship is a match for. And if you're asking, when is it coming? That's not a higher level relationship. Instead, if you'd like to know, what your spirit guides have been trying to encourage you to do is to look around and be grateful for what the past 9 years taught you. Be grateful and look at who you are, and imagine and feel grateful for the relationship you're capable of having, what you're capable of giving, the love is out there. Look around, be grateful for the family that you have, for the friendships that you have, for all these different things that are present now. And then the universe must deliver a relationship of that equal energy. Okay. Most people don't know this. This is like manifesting secrets that your spirit guides are trying to stuff into a couple moments of my chatting. But, the relationship thing, the am I going to have kids thing, this is a thing I see ad nauseum on here. Like, people just, they got to know. And the thing is every time you got to know it, it pushes it away. Okay. So the next question is, also wondering if I'll have biological kids. Will I, let's see, will I have in this life? How many? Okay. So I think we went over this too on another reading, and I told you I saw 3. Now, again, that's what I'm seeing now. And it depends on if those choices will align with where you're headed now. So what you want to do to manifest that is, instead of asking, how many will I have? You need to be saying, I'm so happy and grateful for, this life and the opportunity to have my dream relationship and, this family that I envision, and be grateful for it as though it already is. Make the assumption that it's already on its way, because it is. All you have to do, and this is what your spirit team's been trying to show you, is to relax in the question. Relax, relax. Don't be focused on this so much, because that acknowledges and creates a state, an energy of lack, that you're wanting something. To want something means you don't have it. And the universe has to give you however you feel right now. So the best way to get all these things is to become the person that would already have them. Look, act, feel, and talk as though you already have them. Feel the gratitude by looking around you as though you already have it. Allow yourself to relax, Maria, because just like when you're in a car accident, right? You get hurt if you're tense, right? The Art of Allowing by Abraham Hicks. I definitely get that book if you haven't read or listened to it. The Art of Allowing talks about how you must relax to receive. Okay. So all you really have to do, Maria, is relax into your feminine energy of receiving and allow and enjoy life. And what's going to happen is that relationship is going to come about unexpectedly. It's not going to come when you're watching it, right? Have you heard the watch pot never boils? That statement, it's an old-fashioned statement, and it's very true. So take your focus off of the relationship, off of, am I going to have kids? And instead trust in, get away from there. Come on. Sorry, Maria. My horse has this port I told you in her eye, and I didn't want the other horse to bite it. It'd be big trouble. So this is the instructions from your spirit guides. Okay, so I want you to listen to this again. If you're really serious about this, I want you to replay it and really listen to these instructions. Okay, I'm going to tell you guys the real stuff, whether you want to hear it and you like what I'm saying or not. I'm going to tell you exactly what spirit tells me. You can take it or leave it. I think for a lot of people, their ego's like, nope, don't like what she said. Okay, your ego didn't like what I said, but your spirit team did, because that's what they're telling you. So, but anyway, I hope that helps. That's a big chunk of instruction that they gave you. So take it to heart and turn things around. And that and being lighthearted, not being attached to the outcome, that is what is going to speed things up for you. Okay. Okay. Scroll down here and see. Well, this isn't like Aspen. Okay. Sorry guys. Maria, let me know if that helps, sweetheart. Okie dokie. All right, guys. Oh, thank you, Katie. They're all beautiful. Let me know if that helps, Maria. I'm scrolling down. I'm looking for your yes, Berlick, I've got you starred. I'll get to you. And Kimberly, and there's Maria. Yes. All right. I'm also going through a lot of health issues. I had an oral operation, removed a cyst in my upper gums. In my mouth, I had this the 10th of March. Oh my goodness, so recently. Will my gums and mouth ever heal normally again? I'm wondering, will there be side effects from the operation? I've been to the dentist, but I feel like my teeth are loose. Okay. So, guys, just for liability purposes, I see you, Seven Jane. I have to say this for liability purposes. I'm not a doctor. Okay. So I'm going to tell you what I see and what comes through for spirit. But don't take what I say over medical advice. And I just have to say that to be legal about it. Okay. So, ooh, thunder. So, first of all, I think if you are feeling uncomfortable and sort of about your, your teeth, I think you need to get a second opinion on that. That's coming in very strongly with that. I think you need to get a second opinion. I feel like there could be some issues, but at the same time, some of it is the adjustments that your mouth is going through, and it will become more of a norm as it heals and feels better. But it's going to be very difficult for you to tell the difference between them. I'm also seeing that it is going to settle into a comfortable norm. I don't know that that means it's exactly the way that it was, but it's going to settle into a comfortable norm for you. But I think it's going to take a little while. I think it's going to feel a little odd for a while until it's the norm. And so you just have to be patient and comfortable with that and give it a little time, because it is your mouth, and our mouth has a lot of nerve endings. It's very sensitive, and we can feel like every little detail in there. The other thing they're sharing with me to do is do some healing visualizations. This is not Oga Boga stuff, guys. This is Dr. Joe Dispenza stuff, which I have been teaching for years. And it's really, really important that you, sorry, my horses are squealing and I'm keeping an eye on my horse's port here. She's not normally like this, so I thought I could get on a live and she wouldn't be like this. But our body, essentially, as we learn to train our mind to tell our body how to be and how to heal, our body follows. Most people don't know how to do this. So number one, I would get on some Dr. Joe Dispenza videos and listen to his story about how he got hit by a car on a triathlon and how the damage to his back he was able to heal. And, because I think there's a lot of this is, well, let me put it this way. Everything that's physical, and it's not really physical, there really is no physical world, okay? But the physical world as we experience it is just energy. Everything is energy. I'm transparent. You can look right through me right now. You just don't know it because your brain fills in and makes me look solid, right? I seem like I'm clapping my hands, but that's an illusion. I'm really not. The atoms have to be aligned just right so that it feels like I am touching my hands, okay? But we don't ever actually really touch. It's energy. So, of course, we also have the ability to help ourselves to heal. And this might be, everything happens for a reason, Maria. And this, you're going through a very challenging time now, mentally, emotionally, and physically. And that's not to punish you. It's not because you did anything wrong. It's not, to make you suffer. Suffering is a way to waking up. And so there are lessons and things that are, you are being guided to realize, strength within yourself you are being guided to awaken to and to discover, shifts in your life that are being called out to you through these challenges that are coming right now. Okay. And you will get through them. You will get past them. Your life will get better. You will have, manifestations of the dream life that you're having. It may not be exactly the way you picture it, but it will probably be better. That's usually how we manifest our dreams. Okay. You will, feel good and feel healthy again. Just keep in mind all of this is temporary. Throw your faith out there. I don't mean in a religious way. I mean just truly your faith and things out there. And trust. Talk to the angels. Talk to the spirit guides. Sit in silence. Walk in nature. Journal your negative emotions. Envision what it feels like to feel better. You can also close your eyes or open your eyes and envision golden light, white light, pink light, orange light, green light. Those are all very healing and soothing energies flowing through your body that will help you to heal faster. Okay. I hope that this helps you. Please let me know if you found this useful, if this helps. I love having you guys on here. I hope that that helps for you. Let's see. I don't know how to read your name at I-12, but thank you. My horses are beautiful. Glad to have you here. Thank you for tuning in. Annalie would like a message if drawn. Hi, Kellyanne. Welcome. Okay, let's see here. Hold on. I'm going to scroll back up. Just want to make sure I catch everybody here. Hi, Nita. Welcome. Oh, I love your name. I had an aunt, Anita. We call her Neat or Nita. Okay. All right, here. Annalie McGowan, it has been a long time. Great to see you. Thanks for tuning in. Let's see. Katie Conway. Okay, I've got you. Okay, have you guys marked? Oh, Maria, you understand. Oh, good. Good. Yes, I know you're asking for the new person, Maria, but the thing is you only have to ask once. You've asked and spirit already knows. All you have to do is allow. And see, the allowing is to not keep asking. The allowing is to not allow yourself to feel the lack. The allowing is to stop measuring the time and how long it's going to take. The allowing is to stop trying so hard. See, the allowing is the knowing and the trusting that it will come, and to focus on yourself, to focus on what you have to be grateful for, because it will surprise you. It's not going to come while you're watching for it. It's going to come when you're relaxed and the path is clear. Okay. Okay, I guess. Okay. Well, I hope that helps. Okay. You understand? Okay, good. All right, let's see. Yeah, so you guys want to let go of the outcome like Eckhart Tolle teaches. I know you don't have family, Maria. Yeah. It's okay. You will. Look around and feel the energy of those around you that may not be family, but can make you feel like family. That's very important. I love it. Yes, you need to be grateful. That's right. Guys, I'm going to say this as I go on to the next reading, and I cannot say this enough. I want to let me flip this on here. Okay. I cannot say this enough, guys. Cindy, great question. Gratitude is the key to abundance, guys, and abundance is not just money. Okay, abundance is love, joy, health. Okay, and I'm going to comment on this last thing, and then I have to move on to some other people on here. I'm just sad and lonely. That's why I ask these questions. Yep. Right. You do get comfort. And what you need to start doing, Maria, is make sure you really journal. Make sure you walk and you spend time in nature, and you allow yourself to get all that emotion out. Journal and get all that emotion out, because underneath there, see, the soul is never lonely. Because the soul knows that this life is only temporary. It knows that everything changes. It knows that it is never alone. Okay. And so our ego can be lonely, but our soul cannot. If you knew how surrounded and supported you were by loved ones on the other side, by your spirit family and community, by your teachers, by your angels, by your spirit guides, if you had any clue when you're over here how much love and support you got, you couldn't be lonely. And so when you make that leap out of, really intensely being gripped by the egoic mind, and you get all that burn off emotion, this is for all of you guys, not just Maria. You get that out of the way. You finally get down to the soul. Okay. And that's so powerful because your soul is never lonely. When you're no longer lonely, that's when everybody comes in, right? That's when those new relationships really start to come in. You guys have some great questions here. You're enjoying the show tonight, Kawezi? Awesome. And we're going to get to you too, Kawezi. I got to go way back up here. There are so many good questions tonight, guys. I can't even stand it. Like, this is so great. And I'm going to have to do my horse's meds in a little bit here. Okay. So let's, I'm scrolling down here to these starred ones. Norway. I love it, Maria. I love Norway. Okay. Hold on, guys. I'm just looking for the starred ones here. Okay. So, Kawezi, we're going to get to you as well. Brolic, are you still there? Please let me know if you're still there. I always like to ask if you guys are still there because people tend to pop in and out. They either have to get off or they get bored or they're not called on fast enough or something. Someone else needs them. But not everyone gets back on to see the answers. So I want to make sure I'm reading for people that are actually on here. All right, let's see here. Yes, you're there. Great. All right, guys, I'm going to try to get to as many people as I can tonight. I love Angela. You're giving Maria hugs. The more you guys listen to, like, get on, listen to Dr. Joe Dispenza, get on YouTube, listen to videos, get on the readings like this, like you are, Maria, the less lonely you're going to be because the more you're going to be learning and awaken to your true state and where you are. Okay, so you're just being patient, Kawezi. Good. You have to be with me. Okay. So, let's see. When you have the time, can you please link your website? Yes. You know what? 7 Jane, thank you for that because normally it is scrolling and my website is not scrolling tonight. So thank you. I'll have to fix that. I'll take care of that this evening. And I'm also going to put it in the comments right now. It's not a website. It's, I am going to have a website, but if you guys go to Larkin Psychic Medium Spiritual Interpreter page on Facebook or the My Powerful Choices Awareness Network page on Facebook for the mindset coaching, I'll put both of those in here for you to find. Okay. So yeah. So what they're showing me, bro, like right now, there are 2 spirit guides that, sorry, I'm doing a couple things at once here. There are 2 spirit guides that are really trying to work intensely with you on this. And when it comes to career, they're wanting you to go deeper. In other words, you're thinking in terms of guidance for career in a very intellectual way, and they want you to look at it in terms of the heart. They want you to look at what are you really good at? And here's the thing they're suggesting, and I agree with this. I encourage this a lot, and I find that it works. The things we were most interested in as a child, here it is, guys. There we go. There's my Psychic Medium Facebook page and my Powerful Choices YouTube page. Okay. So the thing that when you're a child, you got to look at what were you most passionate about? What did you love doing the most? What brought you the most joy? Because that is what you need to be doing. That is what you need to return to that will bring you the greatest joy and fulfillment and abundance as an adult. And typically those things we are, I don't know where there's a streak there now. Typically those things we are discouraged from from doing, right? We're discouraged from that. We're told, maybe somebody's a doctor and why there's a light there now. Maybe somebody's dad's a doctor or mom's a doctor, or maybe both, and they want their kids to be doctors, right? And like one of my clients, for a couple generations, like his dad had been an engineer, his grandpa had been an engineer. All the men in the family became engineers, and he really didn't want to do that. So he ended up becoming a heart doctor. That's what he really wanted, but he didn't do that until like 8 years worth of being an engineer. So what I'm seeing, Brolik, is that you need to do a little more introspective soul searching. And Montana, Diana, awesome. You need to look a little more deeply, and there are options for career change for you. Thank you. This is Jasper, Diana. But you first have to go through a few layers of yourself, because you're looking at this in terms like most people do, right? They're looking at in terms of intellect, and also in terms of, maybe exploring and searching for something, which is fine. The exploring and searching for something part is fine. But you need to go back, number one, they're saying, and look at what did you love, what were you best at, and what were you most excited about, inspired by as a child. And then you might go, oh, but that doesn't fit anything. But it will, and it does, because that's your soul speaking. Okay? This is very important. Oh, you found the live on YouTube. Okay. That's great. Thank you guys for letting me know. Hi, John Kloss. Nice to see you. Okay. All right. So that's very important. You're going to be entering, Brolik, a phase anyway where you're going to find that there's more than just career you're going to want to change in your life. And the reason I see this being the case is because you're getting ready to have a conscious shift in your life. And so the things that were fulfilling to you before, even some friends and relationships, some entertainment, those things are no longer going to serve you. You're outgrowing things. So it's going to go beyond just outgrowing and changing career. Okay. And you need to go with it. You need to go with the flow, and you need to trust it, and you need to be radically honest with yourself, and maybe even jot those things down so you can't go back and kid yourself about that. Okay. Oh, yes. You think it's already started. It has. That's right. And yes, you need to stop fighting it. Absolutely. And, trust your spirit guides. Guys, listen, I want to, like 7 Jane says, would like to know if my spirit guides have a message for me. I love that. Let me share this with you really quick. Some of you already know this. I've always worked very closely with spirit guides, and it was spirit guides' idea about 2 years ago to create a free event called Meet Your Spirit Guides. And I only take I was taking 20 people a month, but I've narrowed it down to 10 because I find that it's very engaging. You guys are participating a lot. So don't be scared off by that, please. And I give everyone a lot of personal attention. And it's an event where, whether you are very familiar with your spirit guides or whether you are brand new to it and you just want to say, hey, are my spirit guides even here? This event is a 4-hour event on a Saturday. The next one is April 25th from noon to 4 Eastern Standard Time. And I take you through a series of getting to know your spirit guides, letting them introduce themselves to you, quite literally, letting them, share with you how they communicate with you, what, how they try to get through to you, and helping you to learn how to hear them and communicate with them. Not just hear them, but see them, sense them, how to deepen your relationship with your spirit guides. And you can take that as deep as you want. I would go on my page. I think it's on the Find Me a Medium page as well. but the Larkin Psychic Medium Spiritual Interpreter page. And a couple weeks ago, I did an event called All About Spirit Guides, and it answers a lot of basic questions about spirit guides. But this is so that you guys can interact with them yourself. You don't always have to go through someone. Like, it's great, it's validating if you want to go through me or another reader. But my goal with you guys and Meet Your Spirit Guides is that you learn to really build a relationship with them. You learn to trust them, and you can deepen your relationship, right? I walk around with my spirit guides as though they're people here. Like, I interact with them like that, as though they were people. I see them, I sense them, I hear them, I talk to them, I feel them. They've been with me since I was little. I talk about this on the All About Spirit Guides event. You guys don't have to take it to that level. If you don't even believe you have spirit guides, they're still there. Okay. But for those of you asking about spirit guides, this event is for you. And if you want to join that, you need to go ahead and just register by just private messaging me on my Psychic Medium page. And then if it's not full for the next one, I will let you know that you're registered. Okay. It's pretty simple. I took my website down. I'm going to be joining school. So I'll have a community there. If you guys want to join that, you can join, but I don't currently have a website. Okay. So if I were you, Diana, I would register for Meet Your Spirit Guides. Now, if you guys are not serious about it, like if you're going to come and you just want someone talking at you and you're not going to be willing to participate and really take notes and get to know them, engage with them, then this probably isn't for you. Okay. But it's super fun. It's really powerful. It can be life transforming. And we pack a lot into 4 hours. Okay. It's super fun. Let's see. Denise Lucas, welcome. She says, I believe that all have spirit guides, but you can actually see them. Well, yes. Yes, I see them. I feel them. I hear them. And so they're all there. You know, some people, acquire that. Some people just end up feeling them or hearing them. Some people just know how to sense them. They can hear them speaking to them in their heads, but it's one step at a time, right? So it just takes practice. You have to know what you're doing. You have to know what you're interpreting. And guys, each of your spirit guides is unique. They're unique to you. You have a very unique relationship. So during the Meet Your Spirit Guides, I help you to understand and identify your unique relationship, find out how many guides you have, who they are, and it just depends on what level you are, like where you are with that already. Okay. Right. Denise says, I thought they were just a frequency. They are a frequency, but so are you. You're just a frequency. Your electromagnetic energy that is conscious. And you're always at a frequency. Everything is energy. All energy vibrates at a frequency. Okay. And that can change. Do you know why you think you have a physical body, Denise? You think you have a physical body because you're not physical. I talked about this already tonight. There is no such thing really as physical. You're 99.999% space. What creates, and we know this, we have proof for quantum physics. What creates the illusion of the physical body is the frequency of your energy. It vibrates in a way that there is the illusion of physicality, but you're not. So when you pass away or you die, there is no death. What happens is your frequency shifts and the remains of the vibrational frequency that created that physical body are here in that physical shell, your body, right? But the real you returns back to the rest of your source. So it's pretty awesome. The whole thing's pretty amazing. It's pretty darn cool. All right. So let's see here. Let me go back up here. Let's see. I remember, John. I certainly remember. I do. I recognized you right away. We're all on the journey. And the thing I would say to all of you is be very careful, because yes, I do offer workshops, and the Meet Your Spirit Guides is one of them. So if you, I know I just jumped topics here. I don't want to lose this question. Delgado 2.22. If you're interested in any of that, I'd recommend going to my Psychic Medium Facebook page. And then for the mindset and manifesting ones, typically the My Powerful Choices page. Okay. Here's something Spirit wants me to say, and then I'm going to scroll up to the next reading here. And John, you reminded me of this. I want to remind you guys that your ego will play tricks on you. Ego is synonymous with thought, which is synonymous to your mind. Okay. If you think you're having a spiritual awakening, and you think you're awake, and you think that you are, let's put it this way. Don't get caught up in the egoic illusion of spiritual awakening, because that is the biggest trap of all. As soon as someone is like, oh, I'm spiritually awakened. Oh, I'm awakening. Oh, I'm this and that. That is all ego. And you really, really, really have to watch it, because the waking up journey is hard. It's painful. It's dealing with feeling alone. It's dealing with loss, what you think is loss. It's dealing with fear. It's all the opposite of what you think. And it is the realizations that come from awakening through that suffering that we awaken. Okay. It's one of the reasons we're here. It's about remembering who we are. Now, it doesn't have to be painful, but the choices and the beliefs that we make in human form typically cause it to be a struggle. Okay. So it's pretty cool. All right. Let's see here. I love how you guys are saying hello to everyone. Deanna, I'm sorry you've been through the ringer this week. Oh my gosh. Maria says, I'm not trying to be annoying, but how long will it take until my gums heal? I'm a bit afraid I'll lose my front teeth. So what they're telling me again, Maria, is you need to get a second opinion. You really need to get a second opinion. That's very important. I think there are some shifts that can be happening. Some of this you're feeling is just because it feels so weird. But I am strongly being told you need to get a second opinion, and you may need to make some shifts in your healing process that you have not been given or told to make. Okay. And that's really important. And I understand that fear. I totally understand it. If you get a second opinion, I feel like you're going to start feeling some shifts. I know this is going to sound like forever, but I'm going to tell you what I'm getting in about the next 3 months. Okay. So hang in there, but I wouldn't wait to get a second opinion on these things. Stick up for yourself. Okay. Don't let someone blow you off. Okay. Okay. Here, I'm going to go up to where people are. Katie says, my family are all caregivers. We can't quit. I hear you. I absolutely get what you're saying. That's amusing to me because my family's the same way. Okay. Sorry, guys. I'm just scrolling up to the readings that I starred before. Okay. Let's see. Okay. I'm trying to scroll up to a reading, but I just saw this from Annalee McGowan. Money doesn't make the world go round. We come into this world with NAF and all and leave with NAF. All, nothing is ever ours. It's on loan. As easy as you have something, it's just as easy to lose it. So stay humble. I love that. So true. Now, also having been I'm a mindset and manifesting coach, and having coached women in business. I coached people, but mostly women in business. I will throw this out there. Okay. Don't throw money under the bus either, though. Okay. Money is just energy. It's neutral. You give it its meaning. You give it its power. You use it for good or bad. right? So don't make money your priority, but at the same time, don't, make sure you have a healthy relationship with money, because there are things that you just can't do without it. And without it, you become in a place of struggle, and then you manifest more a place of struggle. Like, so for me, for example, my passion is animals, right? Helping animals. If I don't have money, I can't do that. I can't get them medical care. I can't feed them, right? If I put myself in a position where I'm always worried and struggling with that, then I'm wasting my time worrying and struggling instead of being constructive. Okay. So I love what you shared, Annalie, and I thank you. And I think we just have to keep that balance in mind. Okay. You are being patient, Koizi. Guys, if you like this, don't forget to like the live and keep your comments coming so more people can find Veronica's page. Okay. Let's see here. So Nolene, you can't see the comments in the Facebook Live. Okay, so chances are it's because I'm trying to remember. There was some, if you're not on StreamYard, and you log on, sometimes you look neutral. I'm not sure why you can't see the comments. I really don't know why there'd be any reason why you couldn't see the comments. You can always try YouTube, watching me on My Powerful Choices or Larkin's readings on YouTube. That might be easier for you. Let's see here. Christina, thank you. Thank you for tuning in. I hope you have a wonderful weekend as well. It's great to see you. Okay. We are so loved by our pets that have passed on. Their love never ends. It's true. Join me for Furball Friday sometime. Let's see. Okay. Kiana, I'm just seeing this here. Kiana, let me know if you're still here, please. Would love a reading, please. Would love to connect with my mom. I'm supposed to be going in for surgery to investigate endometriosis, and now can't because of no help getting there. Would love some advice from my mom, please. Okay. So let me scroll down and see if you're here still. Whoops. You are there. Great. Oh, thanks for hanging in there. Sorry about your wait. Okay. All right. So let's see here. So, well, your mom's very happy that you have come to connect with her. And she says that means she's there and you just want more proof and validation that she's there. The other thing is, Kiana, she does visit you in the astral plane a lot, and she's been trying to help you. So when you're in the astral plane, basically you're free, right? Your body's free while your mind and body is sleeping, or your brain waves are at a certain frequency. You're free literally to engage, I'm getting tired, sorry, to engage with those on the other side, souls from other dimensions, right? And so pretty much every night, and sometimes often when you're kind of just in that half awake, half asleep stage, you're connecting with her, okay, whether you know it or not. And she's telling me you don't always know it, that she's always encouraging you and supporting you. So if you have a thought and an idea and an intuitive feeling, she's encouraging and supporting that, okay? And so that's that is really important. What you can do, there's a couple things you can do. Number one, in the Awakening Your Intuition program, where I teach people how to trust their intuition and answer questions. They learn about metaphysical and spiritual things and how to put them practically into their lives. It's important that you get real clear about her voice, your intuition, other voices of spirit, if you really want to connect with her that way. When you wake up in the morning, or if you go through the day, if you don't write it down, you can go through the day and you can notice and observe a slight shift in how you're feeling, how you're thinking, in the choices that you make. And you're able to eventually start to distinguish that. And she wants you to be able to distinguish her voice. And maybe it's not her auditory voice. Maybe it's, I have a feeling you're probably maybe clairsentient and claircognizant. So you're probably thinking it and feeling it. But if you write that down, especially if you first wake up, you're probably going to find, maybe not immediately, but you're going to start finding lines of advice and guidance that she is giving you. Okay. And that's really coming from her. And your soul will know that advice as well. So if you write it from her, it will be in agreement with your soul, because your soul is aware and conscious on the other side of the same things that she is. Okay. Kiana says that explains why I'm physically tired all the time. Well, yeah, sometimes it's draining, sometimes it's energizing. It depends. But you can definitely make it more conscious as you work your way through. She's definitely there with you. Okay, working on that. And just like I was talking with Maria, Kiana, your mom wants you to say not try so hard is not really quite accurate, what she's saying, but she doesn't want you to struggle in your efforts. Okay. So in other words, find a way to, I know this is easier said than done, but she doesn't want you to worry so much, because as soon as you raise your frequency, Kiana, and you're not worrying so much, and you replace the worry with curiosity and faith in what's happening, as soon as you do that, you're going to bump yourself up to a whole new vibrational frequency. And that's where your healing is. And that's what she's been trying to tell you. She shows me, like, when you guys are on the other side, she tries to take your hand and go skipping through the wildflowers. She's trying to encourage you to be more lighthearted and have fun again. And she said that's going to be such a huge part of your healing, right? Not to be so serious. She wants you to be more grounded and trusting in who you are, and that expression is okay. You're doing it for a reason, right? You're expressing yourself for a reason. If you're worried and you're concerned, but that can go in another direction, right? You can replace that with curiosity, with lightheartedness. This is how we create miracles, guys, because then we invite things in. We invite the healing. We invite the change. We invite the love. Okay. Let's see here. Yes, sometimes when I'm thinking, it doesn't always feel like my thoughts, especially when it comes being my mom. It feels like her thoughts. Yes. So you guys have to trust that. Okay. This isn't just for Kiana. All of you that have that type of experience, you need to really trust that. Okay. You need to be like, okay, I'm going to let go of hanging on to my thoughts. The first, like, let's say, Kiana, you're talking to your mom and you ask her a question. Boom. That first answer that comes in, that's her. As soon as you start thinking about it and analyzing it and going over and over it, then that's when your mind, your ego starts to pop in. So you want to really trust that. And as you begin to trust that and practice, it's going to be stronger. Diana, others, I see you guys. I see your questions. Okay. So I'm going to share this because most of you have not heard me say this before. Most of you are new to listening to this with me on it. I remember doing live online readings and everything was just so flooded There were just so many people wanting to talk to their loved ones and asking a lot of the same questions. And I remember saying to Spirit, okay, what do I tell them? What can I tell them that's comforting and that's true? What do I tell them about the relationships that their loved ones passed on? And Spirit said to me, you tell them that our relationships have not ended, they have merely transformed. Our relationships have not ended, they have merely transformed. Okay? And so you have to learn a new language, a new interaction, a new way of being with your mom. And that's why it seems so difficult. But the truth is that it's not. She's still her. She's still that same soul. And when you're like, that kind of feels or sounds like her, go with it. Because eventually it will become more obvious and it will become a lot stronger. Okay? Oh, yellow kitty. Hello. Oh my gosh. Sorry, guys. Our little kitty friend is here. Hi. Hi, buddy. You want some fresh food? I may have to get up for a second, go get this cat some food. We haven't seen him in weeks. This is exciting. Okay. Let me know if that is helpful to you. I know I need to go a little faster so I can cover more people here. Some of these guys I'm just going to answer kind of quickly to make sure that I get to them. Let's see here. Kiana says she did have a way to encourage me. I'm trying to get more relaxed, which isn't easy. Yeah, so when you try to get more relaxed, that doesn't help, right? And so you want to instead relax and trust. Do things that bring you joy, that bring you love, that you get excited about, that help you feel more relaxed, so you can start to train that. Because, especially because of your medical issues right now, what happens is after so many weeks and months, it starts to become our personality to worry and kind of panic and be stressed about it. And so you really want to be able to, you can't just change that stuff overnight. You need to create a new habit of it, right? So every time you can find the opportunity to relax and feel good. Yes. Isn't he wonderful? He's amazing. He pops in to see us every once in a while. And how amazing that he popped in to see you all tonight. I am on late, Lisa. I'm actually usually up this late anyway. Great to see you too, Lisa Paris. All right. Oh, stay away from my drinks, buddy. Okay. I hope he doesn't. Whoa. Okay. All right. Cats love computers. All right, buddy. Come over here. Come over here. Trying to scroll on here. Whoa. Okay. I have insects out here tonight as well. All right. Listen, bud, you got to stay off my computer, my little friend. Whoa. I hope he doesn't totally wipe out our screen, but he might. He is beautiful. Oh my gosh. He's such a bright orange. He's just amazing. Let's see. I love him. I know he's amazing. Okay. All right, guys, I'm trying to scroll back up here. I'm slow tonight because I have only had like 2 to 3 hours sleep for weeks on end here per night, so I'm exhausted. Let's see here. Again, guys, if you're interested in the Meet Your Spirit Guides, it's already like halfway filled up. So if you want to join the April 25th one, it's absolutely free. Go to my Larkin Psychic Medium Spiritual Interpreter page and just private message me there with your email, because I'll need your email to send you our Zoom link and everything as well. Okay. I know, Kellyanne, I'm so excited. Okay. Oh, this cat is all over me. Okay. All right. Let's see here. And Kiana, sorry, I see I'm half asleep. You guys can tell I'm tired. Kiana, you need to, I'm sorry, I jumped off of here before I was done with you. You need to, again, be logging these things and journaling these things. And the reason that I say this is because it's going to be part validation for you. You need to be able to validate for yourself that this really is your mom. And one of the ways you're going to do that is by asking her for signs and validation. And the other way you're going to do that is journaling. Because once you journal off your emotion, which you also need to do, you need to journal your emotion. Sit there and cry with a candle, journal. You're eventually going to burn off the mental and emotional energy in your mind. So I don't know why this is doing this. We didn't have lights before in my face, but now we do. Once you do that, you start to create this clarity of awareness. And you'll be able to actually ask a question and then jot down what spirit is saying. And you'll be like, oh my God, that looks, feels, sounds just like her. And you're going to start to recognize those things. And then you're going to become more confident with it, because confidence comes only through action. And that's going to really help your journey. You don't have to be a psychic medium like me. You don't have to do readings, but it's going to help your own confidence and validation in ways that are undeniable to you. And guys, this is really the most important thing I try to get across to all of you. The most important thing you can do is remember who you are as a soul, not your egoic identity, right? This is what Eckhart Tolle tries to help people get beyond. It's not about your egoic identity. It's about remembering who you are as a soul so that you can be that through you out in the world, so that you can come to someone like me and get validation, but you already know that you know, right? See, all of these things that I'm sharing, that I channel, that spirit is telling you, your soul knows. Your soul is eternal. Your soul is wise. Your soul was on the other side before it was here. And so, you guys know all this. What I'm doing is I'm bringing it to your attention. It's resonating with your soul. It's resonating with what you know and what you remember. And that's very, very powerful. Okay. When you have that, then if you get on a live or you go to some event or you're talking to somebody, they can't just convince you of things, right? You can always, use your intuition and say, okay, this resonates with me. This doesn't resonate with me. And you can make really wise choices. Okay. So that's very important. So thank you for letting me read for you, Kiana, and please keep me posted. Okay. Take care of yourself and keep me posted. I think that you're going to have about another 6 months or so of being really concerned about these medical issues. And then you're going to start to see a break in that. Okay. I hope that helps. Okay. Let's see here. Okay. I see you guys. I see your messages. Okay. So we're going to read for you now, Seven Jane. Before I forget, Denise Lucas, how do you register? So you go to my Larkin Psychic Medium Spiritual Interpreter page on Facebook here that's listed here. And you just private message me there and let me know, you'd like to get to meet your spirit guides, or you can email me at larkinsreadings@gmail.com. readings@gmail.com. Hold on. At gmail.com. If you guys email that, you can also message me there. Say you want to register for Meet Your Spirit Guides, because I do need your email. I'll need your email. So if you private message, make sure you leave me your email. Okay. All right. So Seven Jane, well, honestly, I'd recommend you come to Meet Your Spirit Guides. That's what I would recommend, because, your spirit guides want to get to know you, and they want you to become more aware that you're there now, that they're there. Now, guys, this isn't all, I don't want to say it's not always the case. You can go through your entire life and not acknowledge or recognize your angels or your spirit guides, and they're not going to hold that against you, right? They don't, it's okay. It doesn't matter. They're going to help you regardless. But if you want to enjoy getting to know them and being able to have conversations with them like you would a normal person, and trust your intuition, because it really helps you. It's a great guidance system. Plus, it's just super fun. Then you want to acknowledge them. That's a great way to, first of all, the more you acknowledge them, the more you're going to start to recognize and hear what they're telling you. And, talk to them. The more you talk to them, the more they can come through. If I'm talking to them and, let's say you guys ask a question and they come through to me, they've been trying to tell you that same thing. Okay. And so the difference is I'm hearing it. and I can interpret it, but you also have access to that. Okay. So the Meet Your Spirit Guides helps with that. Okay. Hi, Gemma Hollywell. Welcome. Let's see. Sometimes I feel too much from my spirit guides that I have to shut my bedroom door as I feel I'm being watched. Well, then those aren't your spirit guides. Okay. So hi, Pam Dite. Welcome. You guys, trying to think of a way to say this, that everybody's ego isn't going to resist and be like, no, that's not the case. Your loved ones, your spirit guides, and your angels can see and sense and hear you all the time. But they're not ever going to make you feel uncomfortable. They're not ever going to make you feel like you're being watched, ever. So I would bet one of two things. And the first one you're not going to like, because you're going to be like, that's not it. It's going to sound like I'm disregarding you and I'm belittling your circumstance. And I'm not. I'm just going to be honest with you. We can attract lower energies that we then add our imagination to based on how we feel. If we feel like we're in the spotlight, or we feel that they're a heavy weight on us. And those are just lower energies, lower entities, lower vibrational frequency, right? This usually comes from having like a low vibrational frequency in some area. Maybe you've had a traumatic experience, or you've had a breakup, or you're depressed, or you're always in a bad mood, or something happens like that, right? Then they can come and they can find that window to kind of be an energy sucker. Okay. Oh, Pam, that's great. Good for you talking to them every day. So your spirit guides, benevolent beings, and I'm not trying to scare you here, Gemma, but like your spirit guides, loved ones, teachers, spirit teams, they will never make you feel watched, ever. They're there, but you can talk to them, but what they're seeing and sensing is also different than what you think, right? So they're not watching you. I mean, I talk to them when taking a shower, changing clothes or whatever, and I don't ever feel vulnerable with them because it's not like that. Their presence is there, but they're meeting up with you on a different level, on a different realm. Okay. So either there is a projection from that 95% of your mind you're unaware of, your subconscious mind, that is projecting something or someone or something has sort of, I don't really get into these. I can deal with it and I help people to deal with it, but I don't spend time in this gray negative realm of spirit, right? I can eliminate it. I can get rid of it. I can help people get rid of it. I can, that's not a problem, but my energy is always focused in the light. And so I don't personally ever have to deal with that. It doesn't mean I haven't before. I have before. I've interacted with people that were surrounded by dark energies, or when they got angry, they would send dark energies at me. And, at the time it was terrifying. It was confusing. Since then, I remembered who I was, who I am. And all I have to do now is radiate my light, and they can't even see me. Right? It becomes too bright, too intense, too hot. They just don't bother. They run. So you have that light within you as well. I don't see these as negative energies. I see them as actually energies that have tagged on to a projection of your subconscious mind, which is that 95% of your mind you're not aware of. And you actually have complete and total control over this and of them. And they've sort of been set up to keep you on a hold, because energetically, mentally, emotionally right now, your life is sort of in like a stagnant spot. And then, so, that can cause you to project. Whoo, Aspen, you scared me. Oh my God, my horse scared me. Oh my God. Oh my God. I thought she was out the back, and I look up, I see this huge thing walk in the barn, and I just about, oh my God. Okay. Anyway. All right. So, so I don't think it's anything to worry about. They're not going to like physically hurt you or anything, but if I were you, I would do a couple of things. You can do several things. Number one, energies always have to obey your command because you're the one here with a free will incarnated. So if you feel there are energies or entities that you don't like, that make you feel uncomfortable, you can always tell them to go to the light, and they must do it. You can say, who are you and what do you want? You're not welcome here. Go to the light. You are a being of light. They must obey you. For it's because we're talking negative. That could be as well. Yeah, we are protected, Denise. Yes, we are. So I'm telling you guys this because here's the thing that gets me. And so you guys can take this or leave this, right? My friends say they see a light following me around. Okay, Gemma, that's wonderful. Okay, we'll get into that. I'll look into that. Sorry, guys, I'm trying to get to all of you. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to take a break in 10 minutes because I have to do my horse's eye. I have to put her medication in. I'm a half an hour late doing that. If you are a person that I tell you, you can tell any being to go to the light and that they're not welcome here and they have to leave you alone. And you say to me, that's not true. I've tried that. That doesn't work. They won't leave me alone. I say to you, then I cannot help you. Go to somebody else and don't bring this back to me. I'm very adamant about that. Because if that is someone's belief, then your ego's got you by the ass. That is absolutely 100% your mind, your ego telling you that. It is that simple to get rid of dark or negative or just innocent energies that are just following you around, clinging to you. If you find it's not, your ego does not want you to because it is creating excitement for your ego, and your ego likes where it's holding you. If you watch Ghost Hunters or these shows, which I was invited to do several times and I turned them down because I was going to be made to lie to the public, to make a drama where there is none. Spirit is drama free. Ego is synonymous with drama, which is synonymous with thought. And there are many people I have helped with energies like this, and I have truly helped them. And there are many people that I have helped or tried to help that did not want to accept the help because they liked the drama. And I just won't go there then. I mean, it's so much more fun to think it's like a Hollywood movie, and it's not that simple. But the truth is that it's that simple. Okay. We are always protected. What do you think your guardian angels for? What do you think your angels are for? How powerful do you think you are? That's the problem. You guys don't recognize how powerful you are. And I remember being scared. I remember having negative energies or walking into a place with negative energies or having someone send negative energies at me. And before I fully remembered my power, and once I found my power and that darkness can only exist in light, you see. But light, so light, if you have darkness, all you have to do is light one candle and there's light, right? So if you are that light and it's powerful, and when you shine a light on something and it doesn't want to be seen, what does it do? It leaves. If you have someone bullying you or following you and you shine a light on what they're doing, they can't bully you anymore. They leave. Okay? Because you've shined a light on their darkness. So yes, This is a light energy, Gemma, the light they see following you energy. The other thing I want to say to you is, Gemma, because you have a lot of energy and capacity to interact with other dimensions, here's what I see is happening. I don't see this energy so much as coming from physical, the spirit world. I see it coming from another dimension. I see it as being just like when we have interactions from other dimensions, like if for any of you, if you're dimension walkers like I am, or like you see something in a portal, or you can walk into a place and see other realities happening on top of the place where you walk in. Oftentimes when you're visiting another realm or dimension, there might be one or two beings that recognize you, just like in our dimension. If a being comes through, like an elf or a fairy or a dragon, you might recognize them. They might want to make themselves known to you, right? So this being said, I feel, and I am seeing as I'm looking at this being, that this is actually a curious young being from another dimension who, there's either a thin wall there between the dimensions, or they can dimension walk, and you're walking in and out of their dimension from their perception. And so they are watching you. You do feel yourself being watched because they're curious. And they're trying to interact with you the way that dragon would come into your reality, and maybe you're trying to interact with that dragon. Okay. And I don't see them as bad. I mean, I feel like they're benevolent. They're not a negative being. So you can ask and start inquiring and getting to know this being, and being excited that someone in another dimension, in another realm, is recognizing you. I mean, I've had that before where I've dimension walked, and I get there and I think no one can see me, and somebody recognizes me and they're like, what are you doing here? Okay, just like we would do. That's what's happening here. That's why they're seeing the light. They're seeing the energy from that other dimension. And I would use it for practice if you want. I would ask, what do you want? What are you doing here? Where are you from? You know, don't get too caught up in it, but you can use that for practice, if that makes sense. All right. Let's see here. Is this why I get a lot of deja vu? Yeah, so deja vu is a whole different ball game. That is sort of like when our consciousness is like you have like static between dimensions. Like if you're trying to change, like with the old televisions, you try to change the TV channel and you kind of get in between. That's the closest thing I can come up to with as far as that goes. Denise is asking about the fourth and fifth dimension. Kawezi, I know you're still on there. You guys want messages? Hi, Monique. Welcome. Let's see. Are no more questions being answered? I am answering a question. So I'm not quite sure what you mean. 0010012. I am answering a question right now. That's what I'm doing. So anyway, that's very important, guys. Now let's see here. Let's see. Yeah, Diana, license plates, initials, numbers. Yeah, so they try to get through to you in whatever ways you will recognize them. Okay, that's what they try to do. Yes, the 44 is angels, Pam. Yes. Okay, here. Hold on, guys. I'm scrolling way up here. Trying to figure out what I'm going to do. In a couple minutes, I have to go treat my horse's eye. And I'm trying to decide if I should just put you guys on hold or if I need to log off and come back on in 20 minutes. Tell me what you guys think. I might just log off and log back on in 20 minutes. Okay, let's see. Sorry, guys. I was looking for a couple messages I had starred. want to make sure I didn't miss them. Kaweezy, let me know if you're still on here, because you've been very patient. Okay. So guys, sometimes I lose these messages on here because there's so many of them. Log off, Denise. Yeah, that's a good idea. Okay, come back on. Okay, that's a good idea. My call. Yeah, it is. It is my call. Guys, keep in mind, I've had 2 to 4 hours sleep for a few weeks, so I am exhausted. So, Monique, the answer to your question, random faces popping in and out of my head. This is actually okay. Well, I'm just going to say this. So I have this program called the Awakening Your Intuition program. And actually all of these things we talk about intensely. I'm going to be moving it to the school platform. It is an actual online course where people get all these online videos that are courses they can permanently keep. And then once a week we meet, and we meet for about 90 minutes and we answer everybody's questions, and I help tweak whatever everyone is working on. So we deal with everything spiritual and metaphysical, and how that applies practically, manifesting, relationships, self-confidence. And it's an amazing group of people. It's going to be on School, SKOOL, within the next couple of weeks. You guys can either join the school group and or the course. The actual course itself is a program you actually have to buy that you get to keep. And then our masterminds are based off of that. And we talk about the different dimensions, 4th and 5th dimensions. We talk about ghosts and poltergeists and how to handle them. We talk about what happens when things pop into our head. Like Monique asked about, the random faces popping into her head. In your case, Monique, I believe from what I'm seeing that these are past and future life memories that are part of your cosmic memory, because we bring back a certain amount of cosmic memory with us. Most people don't realize that's what it is. Okay. And a lot of times those will pop back up into our heads. That's very important. Let's see. Yeah, Gemma. So, if you guys are interested in the Awakening Your Intuition program, where you can learn more about all these things and sort of have me at your disposal once a week to help you with what you're practicing, you also need to go to my psychic medium page, and you can private message me or email larkinsreadings@gmail.com. And you need to set up a discovery call. That's a 15-minute free call where I, help you. I give you at least 3 options as to what you need to do to create the outcomes that you're looking for, right? So maybe you're wanting to be a professional reader, or maybe you're just wanting to learn to get to know your intuition and build confidence. And the reason I do these free 15-minute calls is I believe that it's important. I don't like to work with everyone. Let's put it that way. Okay. I love you all, but when it comes to intensely working with and having people come into my community, I want it to be a good match. I want it to be someone that you're going to benefit the most from, and someone that I'm going to be able to work with, so that we don't waste anybody's time, right? So I usually recommend to do a discovery call so that I can get to know you. And if I find that you're not a good match for the program, you can always buy the course, but if I find you're not a good match and I think there's someone I know that can serve you better, or there's, maybe books or something that you would serve you better at that particular time, maybe you're not quite ready or something, then I let you know that. Okay. So with you, Monique, those random faces I'm seeing and your team is showing me, those are cosmic memories. So those are from past and future lives, and they're popping into your head to stir up memories, which are also going to stir up qualities in yourself. Okay. I think that's really important. All right. So, guys, here's what I'm going to do. I have a few more of you I really want to read for. So I'm going to log off. I'm going to take care of my horse's eye because it's really important. I'm supposed to do it every 2 to 6 hours. This was supposed to be a 4-hour mark. And she's got a scratched cornea. She's got a catheter in her eye. I have to do these injections into the port. And then I will come back on. So if you guys want to join me back in here in about 20 to 30 minutes, I'll pop back on and get to the rest of your readings here that we didn't get to. Okay. Don't forget to like this, guys, if you enjoy it and if you're getting something out of it, so more people can find Veronica's page. Okay. I'll see you again in about a half an hour. Thanks for tuning in.